You guys have a big picture and hopefully set you off in the right direction for the exercise 2 that you have to submit next week. If you guys have any questions, feel free to just shoot as we are going along. Yeah, and if anything is not clear, just ask. We'll try to go quickly because it's not long. So, actually, one thing which you guys didn't mention just now is that when you present information, actually, a lot of information that you see every day is in the form of words. Headlines, for instance, that you see on the newspaper. For instance, global sea level rose about 17 centimeters in the last century. A lot of the information that is exposed to you comes in this form, in words. Think about Twitter, think about Facebook status updates, think about chat, think about newspaper headlines and feeds. A lot of it is a form of words, and that's really how we have been getting information traditionally. So really traditionally, this is kind of like you are bombarded with all these headlines and words, right? And they're all trying to grab your attention. It's the same with a digital website, the New York Times, which has really good presentation of information. If you guys have wanted to look at a site that has very interesting graphical methods of visual methods of presenting information, I would suggest looking at the New York Times. They make full use of the interactivity of the web as well in terms of presenting information. So, but what I'm trying to say is that words are really a powerful way of presenting information. But sometimes words alone are not sufficient, especially when when you're trying to present to stakeholders or with clients. You hear this phrase very often, like "show me the numbers." So one of the most common ways of showing the numbers, or before that, as an industrial designer, things that your client or your company or your firm might be asking you is, like how is product A performing in comparison to its competitors? When do users use product A? Kind of like when you guys were talking about your activities and tracking them earlier on. Percentage of defects during manufacturing. You're going to get down and talk to engineers and production managers, right? How big is the target population? What's the market share that I'm capturing? Nintendo Wii versus PlayStation versus Xbox. And now you're a new competitor going into the scene. How much of that market share do you want to capture? Or even when getting feedback on a product, and trying to understand when you run a survey, how satisfied were users who were using this product? And besides satisfaction, you could be assessing many different things, but when you present it to your boss or to your clients, you want to show them the numbers, right? Back up your insights with numbers. And one of the most, this is really a very standard way of presenting numbers, and I'm sure all of you would have tried your hand at creating a table. Tables are really the simplest, most direct way of showing numbers. That's what Excel is for, or Google Sheets is for, and tables. But at the same time, I like to focus a lot on tables because I feel like tables are very misunderstood. Like people look at tables and they're like, oh, that's like that really ugly Excel looking thing. But actually, designing a table is a visual design, a visual communication exercise in itself, right? You think about tables, you think about hierarchy. What does this table say? Having a clear table title when you're presenting a table, having clear headings and units, like what are the categories that I'm trying to present. Even thinking about a grid system and white space. How am I making sure that people can read it easily, like understanding like the difference between product A, product B, and product C, and the different parameters of those products. Right? So designing a table in itself is interesting because it is a mini graphic design exercise with all these things to consider. But a certain company in Washington would like you to think that tables are just like that, right? This is kind of like the default if you think about Excel or Microsoft Word.
Is there any kind of thought process that you just said behind that default?
Yeah, this default? Oh no, this default?
Yes, yeah, like why it's spaced that specific way or anything?
I think it's so one of the things that Connie mentioned, and I hope that you guys always keep in mind, is that defaults are never good, right? And this is probably the default. It's probably an engineer or software programmer who just wanted to keep everything consistent, and so there's no differentiation between the heading versus the units. Maybe I do not know why the stroke thickness is so thick. But all you see is the frame and not the information, right, when you're looking at this. So what I'm trying to say over here is that even in the design of a very humble table, all the principles that we have covered in class can be applied. You know, thinking about type and hierarchy and differentiating between headings and bodies and numbers, white space and grids. These are things that you can apply in any graphic design activity, even in the design of a table. So do not rely on defaults that you know products like Microsoft will tend to want to offer you, right, the defaults. Any other clarifications on that?
One thing. So when you guys look at this, what's the first thing you see? The boxes, right? Is that the most important thing? No, it's actually the least important thing, right? It's there as a function to keep things contained.
If you look at this, there's only one line, and the separation between items is created by white space. Right? So think about what we have taught you guys about using a grid and respecting white space and margins. All of these can come into play even in designing a simple table. Yeah, so defaults, right? Not good. Please think about the principles that we have taught you guys. Now beyond just like visual, even in the way that the information is being arranged, and in this case I'm just using a table, can provide different meanings. So just look at the first table and the second table. What is the first table? What do you think the first table is trying to tell you? In the way that it is being presented, the way that the data is being presented, what's the first insight that you get by looking at this table? Revenue, right? It's sorted based on product A having like the highest revenue, followed by B, followed by C. What about the second table? What is the first insight that you get? Right, profit percentage, which is profit as a percentage of revenue. And in this case, you see that actually product B is more lucrative in terms of percentages, like followed by product C, followed by product A, which is actually the lowest profit percentage of revenue. Right? So I'm not saying that this is the right way or this is the right way, but even in considering how you sort and how you arrange data, in this case in a table, you're actually manipulating the way that someone will read the information. So when you think about presenting an activity to your users that you're designing for, beyond just like the visual properties, even the way that it is arranged, which is, I mean, in some sense, arrangement is also a visual property, right? It would affect the way that people take away information or meaning from your presentation. And in a very simple case, like just sorting the items of the table would create different kinds of reads. Now, I had an info-based professor, and he likes to say this. Now, probably the worst way to sort something, especially if you want someone to create insight, is to sort it alphabetically. Because then all people would do is, understand like, oh, this is the alphabetical order of the products. Right? But for instance, if you're designing a phone book, which is essentially a giant table, and I know we don't use phone books anymore, or if you're designing the contact list of your iPhone, then perhaps alphabetical makes sense because it's how people are approaching the data, it's how people are using it. So again, think about the users, think about the use case, and think about what kind of insights or what kind of activities are they engaged with when they are sorting through the information. If you guys want to read more about tables, or if you guys want to read about information visualization in general, there's one particular designer. Actually, he's a statistician, but I would say that I would call him a designer of information.
He's also married to a graphic designer, so that.
Oh, he's married to a graphic designer. Yeah. So Edward Taft, he basically wrote kind of like the Bible to information visualization. And in his books, you can get a lot of very good practical insights as to how to design information. In this case, if you guys are interested, the link is here. You can go read it up when I post this lecture. But he was talking about the redesign of the timetable for a train line, and how he walks through the different kind of like some of the things that I was talking about earlier on. But he walks through each of it specifically for this table, and he talks about then his redesign and why his redesign makes it easier for people to look at information just based on this table. So yeah, Edward Tardy is a great resource. His website is a great resource if you want more information visualization. And we would encourage all of you to go look at his work. Right, so we've been talking about numbers and tables, but sometimes numbers fail to explain as well. This is one of my favorite examples. It's called the Anscombe's quartet. If I present to you these 4 data sets, right? They are in a very nicely organized table, and we talk about the important values of these 4 data sets. What can you assume about these data sets? They're all the same. Is that the general consensus? If someone presents to you these 4 data sets, probably you would say that we are looking at the same thing over here. They have the same x mean, they have the same y mean, they even have the same variances and regression lines. However, if we visualize them in other ways other than numbers, if we start to plot every single data and look at it as an image, as a visualization like that, you can see that literally see that it is vastly different from one another. If I present this to you, you're not going to say that this data set is the same as the one all the way on the right. And this case, Anscombe's quartet, is used a lot to show that sometimes just numbers alone or just text alone is not enough to deliver insight. Some of you, when you were designing your visualizations, some of you were using text to explain your data. Some of you guys were presenting graphs, kind of like this. So again, it's not that this is better than this, but think about the data that you're presenting, and you have to always think about what are people getting out of this. In this case, it's just to show the fallacy of assuming that numbers are always right in terms of comparing data sets. Maybe that was a bit abstract, but let me show you a more practical example. So this was a misfit app that I was telling you about, which I recently started using. So on Saturday, I actually went for a run, which is like a really rare occurrence. So I'm not that fit or healthy. But anyway, this is the default screen that the app shows me. Like, hey, well done, you are like 544 points above your goal that you've set. And it's very encouraging, right, when you look at this. But then I had the option to toggle to a kind of like a timeline. And then I realized that I was basically sitting on my butt all the way until 2 p.m. that day. And then I finally went out for lunch, and then I finally went for my run. But I was not doing anything until 2 p.m. So this might be very naive and like, yeah, I'm so fit, right? But then you look at the second one and you're like, actually, you were pretty much just a pig until 2 p.m. Again, what details are you showing your users? You have the option as a designer to show this screen or that screen over there. And personally, I found the second screen a lot more helpful in terms of keeping track of my activities and giving me more information about what I'm actually doing. So again, number, but then can we go deeper into the numbers and visualize actually all the data points? Even had a little trophy symbol telling me that that was my record for the most intense activity I've done in like the history of my using that app. Which I'm not sure whether that was encouraging or not, but anyway, it's there.
Have you used Google Fit?
Yeah, I've used Google.
Prefer this one to that?
I didn't really go that deep into Google Fit, but I think it kind of has the same visualizations. Yeah.
I was just wondering. Yeah, the Nexus, so
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing to Google Fit, but I think I just don't like the idea of having to carry my phone around and whatever. Yeah, so this is just a wearable tracker over there.
Oh, you have the Misfit device.
Yeah, so it's this tracker.
Yeah, I have that in my mood board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so think about it, right? Sometimes numbers fail to explain, and then we have to rely on images, or we have to rely on other forms of visualization. Why do we repeat that? Anyway, however, there's the other end of the spectrum, right? Where you get so deep and so engrossed in like creating those stunning visuals that you end up creating what Edward Hardy calls chart junk. Right? So chart junk is, I mean, look at these two examples over here. This actually came out in a newspaper, right? Talking about diamonds were a girl's best friend. Where's the graph? Where's the information in this example? Right? It's this red line kind of over here. So not only would I argue that this is not very tasteful, it's also really difficult to get the information out of it, right? I had to look at it for really long before I realized that, oh, it's this red line over here that's somehow the same color as the lips, and then it's like, these are the values that I have to look at, and then the years are somewhere over here. As compared to presenting this graph, I mean, I think an argument can be made that this might be a lot more effective than this. Similarly, that little, like, I don't know, like salamander, cat, monster thing. What is the information that is presented over there? It's a teeth, right? Kind of like showing that the US House and Senate campaign expenditure is rising over the years, which is actually, it's just a representation of that, the same data shown in the bar graphs on your right. So if you look at what's on the left and what's on the right, one maybe catches your eye, but definitely the other one gives you the information a lot more efficiently, with a lot less ink. Right? So again, Edward Hardy likes to talk about this concept of, he has one principle which is kind of interesting, like the less ink you use, the better the infographic is. The less ink you use to present that information, the clearer the information is on the paper. So that's something to think about. In this case, maybe the less pixels, well, the less colored pixels that you use, maybe the clearer the information. Right? So that's something to think about. If you're interested in a bit of further reading, so this was kind of like very trivial, very unimportant information, but actually chart junk has caused serious accidents in the past. So this was before you guys were born, it's the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. Some of you may have heard it. Essentially, the temperature during the launch was very low, and there was failure in one of the parts of the shuttle, and the entire shuttle just collapsed and exploded. And before the launch, this was the graphic that the engineers were using to inform the board whether or not the launch should proceed based on the weather conditions. So they were talking about this particular component called the O-ring, which is this, I think it's like a rubber polymer in one of the rockets. And they were using this chart to show the O-ring performance with regard to temperature. What are your thoughts about this chart? Right, the first thing you would say is that I have no idea what I'm looking at when I see this. I would encourage you guys to just Google this. I didn't actually put Edward Hardy's redesign, but Hardy redesigned this chart to show that by just having a different way of visualizing this information, you could tell that no rocket launch has ever been tested at the temperature of that actual launch day. And if you look at the chart, it's actually like failure was exponentially increased as temperature was going down. And so by right, if the information was presented a bit better, chances are this disaster could have been avoided. So this is one real world example of how the wrong kind of visualization would lead to very significant or very would have a very large impact on something. Now, but I kind of want to throw like a curveball back at you and get you to think about this. So some human-computer interaction investigators, researchers, they did a research where they ran a user study looking at using these charts and looking at this graph versus this graph. And what they found was that even though users could read this a lot quicker than this, at the end of the day, users who saw this chart instead of this chart, and similarly users who saw that chart instead of the bar graph, they were able to retain the information a lot better because they remember that the monster had teeth that were going up, or like the legs were shaped in this way. Somehow the chart junk, as Tavdi would call it, were more helpful in helping people retain information. on a that they have seen. So is junk actually be useful? And I think that's something to think about as visual designers. It's always this balance between putting visuals on the page and presenting information in the most efficient way. And sometimes if memorability is what you're going for, is it okay to make it a bit more playful? Kind of like the hate space example. Is it okay if you're using, some of you suggested having a Tamagotchi or having a plant to show like your activity? Is it okay to like be a bit more playful or to be a bit more elaborate, as you are presenting information so that it will stick to users? So that's something to think about, right? A lot of times, it's not that one is right and one is wrong. Again, it's about who your users are. So this slide is really there, token slide for you to start thinking. But there are many different types of data, and it's important for you to understand what types of data you're designing for. And we'll be talking more about this as you guys are actually designing your app. I think we'll be talking specifically about your app. But some people have broken down the types of data into these 4 categories, and it's just useful to know. So nominal, ordinal, interval, and racial. Nominal data refers to data which doesn't have a particular order, like categorical data, like brand or conflicts that you eat, or color, or gender, or house address. These things cannot be easily sorted and ranked, and so we call them nominal data. Kind of Francis was talking about the example where you had dairy, meat, and vegetables, and using 3 different colors to represent those 3 categories. So that's a form of nominal data. Ordinal data is kind of data which can be ranked, kind of like satisfaction, where you have a Likert scale. Please rate your experience in this restaurant. How satisfied were you with the food, the quality of your food? Very dissatisfied to very satisfied, and then neutral in the middle. So you can actually rank that data, but it's unclear as to what is the difference between very satisfied and satisfied and neutral. There's no clear interval between them. Right? So that's ordinal data. Interval data is where there's an actual difference, kind of like your quantitative data, kind of like temperature, for instance, is an interval data. So there is a difference, there is a fixed difference between 1 degree Celsius and 2 degrees Celsius. However, racial is interval data which has an absolute 0. So some people might find it a bit confusing, and honestly don't kill yourself over the 2. Temperature, for instance, is an interval data, whereas mass is a racial data, and you can think of it like this. Something can have 0 mass, no mass, but something cannot have no temperature, right? There's no such thing as 0 temperature or 0 heat in something. So temperature is an interval, whereas racial there's absolute 0. The other thing about racial is that I can say that someone who is 160 pounds is twice the weight of someone that is 80 pounds, right? But you cannot say that something that is 20 degrees Fahrenheit, it's not twice the temperature of 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It just doesn't make sense. So that's one way to look at interval and ratio. Now, more importantly, if you think about this, you're thinking about, so based on those different data sets, how am I using visuals to represent them? So again, one way is I can use color to represent nominal data, so different brand of conflicts can be presented in different colors. I can be using different visual composition elements to present my data. So what are some of the visual composition data? Characteristics to present data. And this you might find familiar because we covered it in the slide in the lecture on composition. And now we are just revisiting these principles, but with respect to information visualization. Now, the first variable that you can compose is position. What is position good for in terms of data, presenting information on data? What do you think this is best used for in terms of position? Comparing, yeah. When you have 2 objects in different positions, you can compare them very easily, like in terms of the y-axis or the x-axis, or both. Any other thoughts on position?
Also, remembering, if you meet 2 different numbers, if I look at 2 dots, I'm going to remember the dots more.
Right. Sometimes it's easier to understand the relationship between 2 data points if you actually visualize physically, like what's the distance and what's the position between the two of them versus just giving people two numbers, right, to think about. Right, any other things for position? Ranking? Right, you can, maybe it's easy to show two different data points if you're using numbers, but what if you have 100 data points? Sometimes you get an overall feeling, plotting them all in a scatter plot like this would give you at a quick glance like the relationship between all those different points. Now, another visual composition element is scale, right? What do you see when you, what's the first instinct that you get when you look at these two circles on the screen?
No, it just looks like the bigger one is closer.
Right, the bigger one is closer to you, but the bigger one is bigger, right? It's more. You know, A is more than B, for instance, if I were to label them. Any other thoughts about scale, or what can be used scale to represent? Again, it's about comparison, right? You use it to compare between things. Any other importance? Yeah, there's an assumption that something that is bigger is of a greater weight or greater importance than something that's smaller. You can use it to highlight or call attention to something that's bigger. This is, yeah, but when we talk about scale, right, and Francis said kind of like understanding the ratio between the two, sometimes it's a bit tricky when you talk about scale and when you compare especially to shape. So now I just want the whole class to participate in this. Now look at these two circles, and then look at the two graphs on the right. I want you to think in 5 seconds which graph best represents this relationship based on the circles. Okay? How many of you think that A best represents this relationship? How many of you think that B best represents this relationship? Right. Why did, okay, so for people who said A, why do you say A represents this? Well, not the same.
Okay. Maybe I just thought like if I put the small circle inside of the big circle, what would be left over? And I thought that it wouldn't be as much as.
Okay. What about B?
I did the same thing, but I was thinking on the chart A, it's like twice as the short one,
Right.
2 times, and I could fit more than 2 of those circles in the other one, so I had to do that.
Okay.
I think it depends on what you're comparing, because if it's like the volume,
Right.
B would be correct, but if it's just like diameter, A would be.
Right. So that's exactly what we were trying to point out over here. It's tricky, right? And this, sometimes you can use data to mislead people. So for instance, if you want to compare, if you want to say that A is twice as big as B, but you're making the diameter twice as big, actually what you're doing is that you're making the area 4 times bigger. And you could be wrongly, you could be wrongly attributing like the importance of A is to B, because this is actually 4 times bigger than this, but you're using the diameter as a comparison. But again, what's the purpose of your visualization? And just keep it, I think this slide is here to just, make you aware that, we can be using visual composition, such as scale and position, to distort the perception of information as well. Which may not be a bad thing, especially if you want to motivate people to, be as active as their friends. Maybe you want to inflate what their friends are doing. For instance, So there's no right or wrong answer, but again, think about what you're trying to present. Now, besides position and scale, which are very simple, we can think of orientation. What's the first thing that you see when you see this graphic? Your eye will just snap right at the line that's out of place, right? So orientation is particularly great when you have a series of, we talked about repetition just now. When you have repetition, when something is just misaligned, it actually calls the attention to that thing that's misaligned. Right? And there are many other things which we can present in orientation. What are some things that you guys can think about? Do you think of orientation?
I don't know, this specific graph makes me think of the videos like they're like activist videos. They want you to like change something that's wrong in the world, something like that. It's like when they portray this, it's like this out of many, whatever, and then they just show the one thing move.
Right.
It just really calls attention to like that's just what made me think of.
Mhm.
On Kanye West's last album cover, he has the same line with the title repeated, and then on the top and bottom ones, they were like kind of pushed to the side. You kind of would gravitate to that.
Right. Any other thoughts on orientation? We can move on as we look at more examples later. Now, what about shape? So what do you see when you look at this graphic?
A war.
A war? Why do you say so?
Why do I say war?
Uh,
I don't know. It's sort of like they're going.
it has this visual kind of idea that you have two opposite, like two different factions kind of clashing in the middle, right? In the way that it's composed. Any other thoughts about shapes? Right? You know, this could be representing mountains versus forest. You could be representing different types of something and how they are related to each other.
Feels like one of those like how many things like graphs.
It could be simply like a percentage, right? Like 40% out of 100% are circles, where 60% are triangles. Now, what is something that you might want to watch out of when you are using shape to differentiate between data?
The compilation might come to look like something else, like that kind of looks like the US flag. So it just like gives a completely different thought in your head than like anticipated or wanted to.
Right. In this case, like it might wrongly reference like the US flag when it might not be about the US, anything to do with the US at all.
It's also good to know that like the data is grouped properly. Because like in that there are like 3 dots underneath the other 3, and it's like why is it there?
Right.
It just being 1 line.
Right. So in this case, it could have been better presented as these 3 dots were shifted up so that you have continuous, the way that people read, right? Continuous circles, then followed by triangles. It might make it easier for someone to read. And then also, should I be presenting the circles like this way? Would it fit better? And then the triangles left and right versus top and down. So these are different. That is like putting in position and shape together and looking at how people read things. Now, what do you think if I were to use, instead of triangles, I were to use octagons? They will start to look too much like each other, right? So even when using shape, there are many things that you guys have to be careful of when you talk about using icons or shapes or stuff. Sometimes 2 icons might look too similar to each other, and then it might confuse people. Like if I were to use octagons versus and circles, it might be really hard to tell the 2 apart. So you're gonna say something?
I was gonna say that.
Okay. Cool. Now last characteristic that we talked about, color. What do we see over here in color?
It seems like it's deactivated, and like the gray ones are the ones counting something.
Right. So not only does it feel like there's a proportion of things that are like 3:5, but also this feels like it is less active than that. So color has this. Remember we did exercise last semester about colors and emotion. It's inevitable that colors carry with them some kind of associations or some kind of emotions, right? And when you are picking colors, you might want to think about what those emotions were. Initially, when I did this, instead of using gray, I was using blue. What do you think that calls to? It's like the US flag, and immediately when I saw that, I thought about Democrats and Republicans, right? Because of the colors that I was using. And I thought like, okay, maybe I don't want to use those colors because I'm not a US citizen. So yeah, again, color is something that carries a lot of meaning, and you have to be careful when using color. No, but besides using color categorically, we can also use colors in a gradient, right? So if you compare this, what this is saying to what this is saying, what do you think, what's the difference? What do you think this color's visual is saying?
A lipstick ad.
A lipstick?
Lipstick.
Kind of like a very low resolution shot of someone's mouth.
There's a lot more of a middle ground in this one, so to speak. So the other one was either this color or this color, whereas the gradient gives you people who contemplated, who decided. It shows you that there's not just 2.
Right. It shows you a gradient, a spectrum of things, right? And then there's kind of a focal point over here.
So like, because this is not like operating like dark, it's like a position or something. Like
Right.
Like a weird degree of
There might be some meaning in the position of this, not just the color, right? Yeah. True. So for instance, this could be visualizing, say, hotspots of a war zone, for instance, like where the most conflicts are happening. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
To me, it shows like a level of depth.
That?
Yeah, like that front dot is like
Mhm.
the most vibrant one would seem the closest. And it's almost like they're bending around.
Right. So if you're talking about a running app and you want to track your elevation, right? How much elevation you've been climbing? Maybe just showing like light being very flat ground versus like very vibrant being like very steep elevation, for instance, will give you that feeling of intensity. Yeah.
I was gonna say there are topographical maps that do that.
Right, exactly, the topographical maps. Like this could be the top of a mountain, or maybe a volcano in this case, because I'm using the color red. Yeah. Maybe that's like the way that lava will flow, I don't know. Yeah. But there are many things that you could say with more color composition. So that was a very quick overview of all the things that we've been talking about last semester about composition and color and words and type and white space and how it all plays a part in information visualization. So now I think we're going to go into like the bigger picture, like how are you actually going to use all these things in your project, right, for this semester?
So we've been kind of that hows to do visual information or information graphics. So now